All right, we are back inside the three-point conversion sports lounge. And we definitely thank OrthoAtlanta for their support. Speaking of OrthoAtlanta, we have a young man who pretty much knows his stuff when it comes to fixing people up and injuries and things like that. None other than Dr. Donnie Fowler the third, the orthopedic. What's going on, sir?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. We're great. We're great. Hey, we're gonna get to it. They just I just saw a report. They're saying that Zion won't play, and if you all should know by now, but he's a Dookie fan, Dr. Fowler, but Coach K said he recently he said that Williamson looked good working out. So when he comes back and play, because now the talk is it's a possibility he can come back and play on during the tournament, the ACC tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Would they put a restriction on him? Or do you think they should put a restriction on him if he plays?
Yeah, I think obviously they've been very careful with bringing him back. I think it's a good sign that they're talking about how good he's looked in the workouts. Obviously, I would love for him to play tonight because I think that'd be the only chance for them to probably win. But I think it's prudent to, make sure he's really all the way there. If they wait till the tournament, that'll be next Thursday because they get a double bye to the quarterfinals. So you're getting almost another week to really kind of integrate into contact and practice. I do think that they will probably limit his minutes, especially assuming they win. He's going to have to potentially play at least 2 games, maybe 3 back-to-back if they were to advance all the way to the championship. So they're not going to want to, fatigue him after being out 3 to 4 weeks right off the bat. So I do think he'll be on kind of a limitation as far as minutes and everything else, but I do expect to see him in the ACC tournament.
Now, Doc, we know the Redskins recently traded for Case Keenum. Is this any type of indication that Alex Smith might not come back?
Yeah, I unfortunately, and the other thing, talking about me being a Duke guy, I'm also a DC guy growing up in Northern Virginia, so I know the Redskins well, and I think it's a very slim chance that Alex Smith would play this year. There was some photos that came out. His first public appearance was towards the end of January. He came to a Wizards game, and he still had a external fixator, which is a big frame on the outer part of his leg, and he battled through infection and multiple surgeries that complicated things, afterwards. So he still has a long, long way to go. So obviously wish the best for him, and hopefully he's not done for good, but I think he's probably definitely going to be done for this season. So the Case Keenum move is kind of the way they restructured it. I think he's only going to count $3.5 million against their salary cap because the Broncos are going to pay the rest. And so I think it's a good plan B to have, assuming that Alex Smith does not come back, but then you still probably have the opportunity to chase a guy in the draft at QB too if you want, but still have Keenum there in place.
With that injury, even like we know Alex is a little older, right? Even with that injury with the younger player, what's your estimation, with the devastating injury he had?
Yeah, I mean, open tibia, fibula, kind of both leg bones is at least a full year out. I mean, you think of someone like Paul George who did it in basketball, and I mean he's come back pretty well, but even his first. He was out a full year, and even his first year back, he was a little slow to adapt. Obviously, he was younger than Alex Smith, and, I mean, he's tearing it up now. More recently, happened to Gordon Hayward, again, another basketball example, and he's kind of struggled this year trying to kind of get back into the flow at times. So it is a pretty devastating injury, and even without the complications that Alex Smith has had, that is going to make it even longer, it's at least kind of a full year. But I think in Alex Smith's case, you're talking about missing probably the rest of this season too, and possibly being back the next year if that's on his agenda to even want to try to make that move.
Now, we know you're, they don't know, we know that you're a sports guy, and you saying you're from Washington. So you all get Case Keenum. Let's be real. First, I want you to answer, if you had, when you was eating the orange or whatever you was eating, did you throw it? And then two, would you say that Washington should go for a quarterback first round in the draft, or?
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, again, I wasn't super thrilled about Case Keenum. I think he's a worse version of Kirk Cousins, and I wasn't a Cousins fan either. And I was glad they kind of let him walk. There were talks about them trying to go after Ryan Tannehill, which I would have been even probably more upset about because I think he's even worse. So I think I literally posted a comment that I'd take Alex Smith on one leg before I took Ryan Tannehill. But again, I don't hate the Case Keenum thing just from the standpoint of, again, you're giving up $3.5 million against salary cap. You got a plan B. They swap draft picks. You're not giving up a ton. I do personally think they should go after a quarterback, ideally in the first round. You got 3 or 4 guys. Obviously, most people are talking about, Kyler Murray and Haskins, but then you also got Daniel Jones from Duke. Of course, got to get a Duke reference in, and the Missouri quarterback, too. So there are guys there that I think you can probably get in the middle of the first round where the Redskins are drafting and kind of still keep yourself in a reasonable financial situation with the salary cap. So,
all right. And once again, we're here live with orthopedic for OrthoAtlanta, Dr. Donald Fowler III. Now, LeBron James, he's been recently put on a minute restriction. All of a sudden, after it's a wrap, it's over, done, dada, all of that. Do you think this is due to injury, or is this just their way of saying, look, we're waving this white flag, get ready for next year, big fella?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's honestly a little bit of both. I think the number is somewhere around 7 games that they're out with only 16 or 17 games to play. He's had injuries throughout the year where he's missed time. Luke Walton came out the other day and said that he was still having some lingering issues with the groin injury that we, talked about previously on the show weeks back. So I think it's a little both. They kind of know it's over. They've unfortunately had a bunch of injuries, it seems like, and other guys like Lonzo Ball who are out too. So at this point, I think they're just kind of, trying to look beyond this season, get guys rested up, and hopefully restart next year.
All right. So there you have it. Dr. Fowler, we appreciate you for coming on, man, and giving your insight, sir. And definitely can't wait till next week because it's going to be some injuries and there's always sports to talk about. All right. You have a great weekend, sir.
All right, guys. Have a great one. Take care.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break. Time for what's on our minds. You don't want to miss it. Have something you probably hadn't thought about. But, of course, I'm going to speak the truth. Yeah.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? OrthoAtlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. OrthoAtlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. OrthoAtlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The OrthoAtlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? OrthoAtlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. OrthoAtlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.